Good morning, traders. Welcome to this week's ELLIOTTWAVE Forex and Cryptocurrency Market Analysis webinar. I hope you all had a great week. The market has been trending, lots of trading opportunities across the different currency pairs. We'll be looking at that. So as usual, what we do here is we look at how we focused the market in the last week, how the market played out, and the outlook going into the new week. So you would see that most of these setups that we show you, the recaps that we show you, have not only just been analyzed in the last week or in the last couple of days. It is a trend that we have been watching for months and sometimes years. You will see as we go on here. So we've made quite a number of pips. You can do the math. You can just add it up as I do the recap. All right, so we're going to start with the recap. Before we get to that, if you'd like to contact us, you can go to our website, our YouTube channel, Trading Waves. That's our channel. And under the description of all our videos, you'll also find our contact details. You'll also find some short-term views on some specific pairs. So just to give you an example, this is the last week video that was hosted by one of our traders, Sandile. If you just have a look at this one here, you'll find our contact details under the description. You'll find the links to our Telegram channel, our social media pages, that is Twitter and Facebook, the mobile number in which you can reach us through, as well as the link to our trading view. All right, so let's get started. Just make note our next course. Our next course, guys, this is the last one for the year. It starts in the first week of November, called the 5th of November. We are going to spend 10 days live showing you the principles of the Elliott wave principle, of the Elliott wave theory. So the live video is similar to what you will find on the recorded course. If you want to make a purchase beforehand, you can do so on our website. This is our website. This is where you can do all the purchases and get additional information about our services. And if you want to purchase the course, you do it here. So you'll immediately get access to all the services as well as the course before the live one in December. Rather in, yes, it will be the first week of December. My apologies, it's December, guys. The first week of December, that's when our course starts. That is the last one for the year. So here you can get the recorded course, you can start watching it. If you've got any questions, you'll have more than enough time to engage live on the 10 days that we're going to host the course from December, right? So in terms of timing and times of the course, you can make inquiries on the website or via any of those contact methods that I have indicated there. Right, so let's get started. We'll go right into the recap. What have we focused on the market in the last couple of days? How has the market played out? So I have already opened these links from our Slack channel. So that, as you can see here, I'm going to start with the Audi US dollar. It's already opened on the outlook here. So let me just go there now. It's actually Opera here on Opera. Let's get started. Yeah, so let's do the recap here. How has the recap? How have we focused on the market in the last couple of days? This is Audi US dollar. This is a classic case of a triangle. We hardly ever trade triangles, but this one was a classic case where we got this one in the Y degree, where it just made a textbook triangle here with the A, B, C, D, E, and we were focusing that we were going to get continuation to the downside. This was last week. Let's just confirm the date and the times there. So this was October the 6th. So October the 6th at about 7 UTC time. But then this is how it played out. The triangle was a textbook setup, painless trade immediately as soon as we forecasted that move. As soon as we got that, we got easy 375 pips, and this is still continuing to the downside. So that tells you that the US dollar is still rallying, still strong. So anything against the US dollar should be weak. That's why even New Zealand US dollar, a classic case of a pullback in a triangle format, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just like Audi US dollar, we expected that it will continue to the downside. Another 302 easy pips, painless, as you can see there with Audi, or rather with New Zealand US dollar. US dollar CAD. Now, US dollar CAD, I'm going to show you when we start with the recap that we have not just been trading US dollar CAD from just the last week when we forecasted this move. This has been a move that we focused it from right at the bottom. Thousands of moves later, we are still focusing that this is going to continue to the upside. So that is the move that we were expecting in the last week, because it's a long-term view. As you can see, another 474 easy, painless pips on US dollar CAD. Maybe I should just show you that now so you can see where that comes from. So I just want to go, this is our website, by the way, and don't forget to check out our chart of the week. I will talk about the chart of the week because it has also played out. So if you had gone to our website in this week, you should have gotten about 200, 300 pips that we forecasted, actually 400 pips from Audi US dollar. So now I just want you to see where the US dollar CAD setup comes from, so that you see that we're not just trading in the last week. These trends have been ongoing for months, weeks, sometimes a couple of years. So let's have a look at US dollar CAD so you'll see why did we forecast that 474 pips in the last week. It did not just come from last week. Right now, if you look at the daily chart, look at this chart here on Audi US dollar. September already, we were forecasting that from around 1.31 on US dollar CAD, we are going to make this move to the upside. So whatever move that you see us forecasting is based on this. So we understand the structure from the long-term view. From 132, we're currently around 140. Let's just check here. We're currently around 138. So from 131, we've already traded about 600 pips on US dollar CAD, simply because we understood this long-term structure here. As you can see, from 131, we knew that it was going to make a move to the upside. We are actually making that impulsive move. If I just go back again here, so you can see also the weekly chart, it was also exactly that. So this weekly chart from 124, where we are now with US dollar CAD, is based off from this structure here. We've been expecting this to continue from 124. So as you can see, it is already 1,500 pips later, from 124 to 138, almost 1,500 pips that we had forecasted here. Okay, so let me just zoom out here so that you, as you can see, I want you to see there, that's the 124. So we currently here with Audi US dollar CAD. Okay, Audi CAD. We currently here. That move we forecasted way back. This is what I want you to see, that we're not just trading the last move or the latest moves or the latest swing. This comes from here, January 2022, this year. We knew already that we are not going to trade, or we are not going to sell US dollar CAD. We are only going to sell, rather, we are only going to buy US dollar CAD continuously. All right, so that's where we are, and that's how we got that move. So let's go back to the recaps. So now, when you see us forecasting this, is because we understand the structure, we understand the sequence where this is going. Okay, now I've spent quite a bit of time on this one, but I wanted you to see where these analyses come from. That's US dollar CAD, continue to push to the upside. US dollar JPY, I will also show you US dollar JPY, why we focused on this move to the upside. Again, another easy pips to the upside, that was where we were focusing on US dollar yen. We're expecting more upside. You will see that sequence as you start with the analysis as well. Look at that, 637, rather 687, almost 700 pips in just that move from October. Let's just see here, how many days did this take? From September until now, that's about 700 pips in getting this structure right. That is US dollar yen. Let's continue. Euro yen, all the yen pairs, I'll show you what they're doing. We are looking for that one more up. Has not shown us a sign of reversal yet, but we can see that soon we are going to get the last move to the upside before we get that downside. But until then, we are trading all the setups going to the upside, and they have been giving, as you can see. Look at that blue box move, 368 pips just from the blue box on euro yen. Look at that gold. You will not buy gold if the yen pairs are going up. Naturally, the yen pairs are inversely correlated to gold, and as you can see here, we had this pullback, and for gold, we're expecting downside. Let's see how this one plays out. Gold pushes to the downside, 584 points, not pips. Points is different here. We're talking points on gold. All right, so another one here was silver, classic case of a three-wave move here, zigzag move here, ABC. We're looking at this to be a wave 4. We're looking for that to continue to the downside. Why would you buy silver if gold is going down? Look at that, easy move to the downside. 205 points to the downside on silver because we understood the sequence, we understood correlation. Now, this one is New Zealand Chief, a classic example of understanding waves, sequences, and cycles. So not just one move we focused here, we anticipated that to come here so that we can sell it there. All right, so when that move got to the blue box, as you can see, this is the blue box, came to the blue box, dropped 590 pips. That's how we forecasted that. So imagine all of these moves, our members see them before they play out. Now, this is Audi CAD. Look at Audi CAD, pinpointed to exactly where we wanted it, right here, so that we can drop there. So let's see how that one plays out. Let's have a look. So you can see that we've got that move right there, pinpointed to the downside as expected. Easy 510 pips on new Audi Chief. All right, so let's continue here. So a few more here, and then we start with the market recap. So this I show you so you can see that when we focus, because I'm going to go to the outlook for the next week, and this is what I do every week. I show you what we are looking at in the next week, so you see the moves that have not played out. Here I'm showing you what has played out, but we have looked at this before they played out. So this was New Zealand CAD, easy. From there, as you can see, this is where the focus was from the blue box. So this was the move into the blue box area there at green wave 2. And then we get this move to the downside. Easy pips there. And then this one was a classic one because we've been bullish this one for a long time. Look at the move here, regular flat, textbook example of a regular flat where we anticipate the move to come down and continue to the upside. And this is how it eventually plays out. As you can see, already 132 points down and 497 pips, almost 500 pips to the upside. And the move has now changed direction. We'll look at how this is going to play out going forward. Audi US dollar, we've already looked at this one. Now, let's have a look at the outlook going into the new week. What are we expecting? We're still expecting that the DXY will continue to push to the upside. We're going to see more upside on the DXY. We've got a classic example of a expanding flat there. So expect the DXY, even in this week, to at least push to around these levels. Now, what does that mean for the euro? For the euro, that means that we are going to see continuation to the downside as well. If you look at that, you've got also a classic example of an expanding flat. Expect the euro to continue playing out to the downside. Remember, you need to have a setup here. You need to have a strategy, an entry strategy, because entry is more critical than knowing the direction. Now, this is a classic example of an expanding flat, ABC. What do we expect going into the new week? We expect continuation to the downside on the euro. Pound US dollar. Now, pound US dollar, like I said, I'm going to show you some of these examples where we focused this move. So we did not just trade them, focus them yesterday or last week. These trends have been coming for a long time. I think 2 weeks ago, you were with Sandile last week, but the week before, I showed you where the pound US dollar structure comes from. So I'm going to show you again why we focused the move on pound US dollar to the downside. Now, you want you to look at this one here. This is where this comes from. Pound is currently dropping here. We are expecting this. We are expecting this on pound. We're expecting this to continue and pull back and push to the downside. But where does this all come from? It comes from this weekly chart. Have a look at this weekly chart here. You'll see that the move on pound, all of those thousands of pips, hundreds of pips that would focus, it came from this level here. We are currently here now, and we're anticipating that at some point, we're going to start with that pullback. So just here, so we can see here, this is a weekly chart that we shared in January this year, expecting that this will drop to almost parity. Nobody would have expected that pound can be at parity with the US dollar. We are very close now, from 130 to about 1, almost 1,000 pips that we forecasted this year in January. If you look at this one here, this was March actually of this year. So we already knew that this was going to come down. Right, so 2 years, I showed you a video from 2 years ago as well, forecasting that this was going to push up to this level and it was going to drop. So these are long-term views. What we trade is the short-term views because we don't want to trade all of these all at once. You take it one trade at a time. Now going back to pound US dollar, if we are expecting the DXY to continue pushing up in this week, we would expect obviously the pound to continue making a move to the downside, at least back to this level. Whether it comes down to around this level, there's a possibility of the two following structures where it can make this structure move up and then down. Then it would have made this structure here. But for now, expect this to continue to the downside. There are a number of ways in which this can play out. So we can have this one playing out like that, or it can do this. So the idea here is just to wait for the build structure to build up, so that if it's gonna, when it's done, then we're gonna get the move. So this is another alternative. We can make a move up here. When we get up to this level, if pound pushes up to this level, it will be giving you another opportunity to ride that trend to the downside, because it will not be ready. That will still be an A, B, C corrective structure with a complex B correction. So for now, it is still in the making. You don't do anything on the pound, just watch it. You've already seen US dollar CAD, why we keep buying this one. So this was another opportunity. So this one was another opportunity here. Let me just take off this. So this was another opportunity on CAD, other than the one that we've shown on the recap. You would have gotten this opportunity here. Here's another expanding flat here. That is another opportunity, but here it just continues to push to the upside. So even this week, we still expect continuation to the upside as well. Now, again, another one. I want you to see. I want you to get this right. How we get this so right is because we understand these long-term views. It's easy to know the direction, but to time the market, that is what is critical here. Now look at this, should it be the weekly chart on US dollar chief. This was July already. If you look at this, we expected US dollar chief to do this and push to the upside. Where are we now? We are around here at parity. We've already made that move. We've already made that 500 move to around parity. So this is where we are. So if you see us focusing upside on US dollar chief, it's simply because we understand the long-term structure. We have got this one here. But how do you understand the long-term structure? That is where our course comes in, understanding the sequences, the principles of the Elliott wave theory. That's how you understand those long-term structures. Because imagine if you got that long-term structure, that means you get lost for a couple of weeks, months, sometimes even years. That means you are going to be lost for years. You're not going to make money. So this is a move to the upside. We are still expecting any corrective structure on US dollar chief to continue pushing to the upside. Now, we don't always get it right, guys. So here is Audi US dollar. We've already updated this, but I want you to see that what we focus on. If you are a staunch supporter of or staunch watcher of our videos, you would remember that we were focusing that Audi US dollar is going to make this. When we were here, we were expecting that Audi US dollar is going to do this. So all these three moves, we focused it, but we were anticipating that Audi US dollar is going to make that corrective structure. We're expecting that structure. We're expecting that structure to play out on Audi US dollar. Will it play out still? It looks like it has been invalidated. We've been bearish up until this level, but it looks like our level has been invalidated and we have to relook at our structure. It looks like we are going to continue to the downside, and this is going to tag this low here. If it tags the low here, likely that we are going to get a move here, and then we get a structure to the downside. Does this change the sequence in terms of what we have forecasted? Not at all. The only difference is that what we were forecasting as a zigzag is now going to be just a regular flat. That's it. So the sequence is still right. The cycle is still right. We only got the structure wrong, and which is possible. So that's okay. So we're still expecting, let's expect that this is going to continue to the downside. Every opportunity to the downside, you look at it, you look for those opportunities to the downside as the US dollar is still showing strength. But there's no new trading opportunity this week. We had this one in the last week. Okay, we had this one in the last week, and this is the triangle that I show you, the recap. All right, so that's what I showed you, and that's what we traded now. Look for another similar opportunity as we continue to go down. New Zealand US dollar, we saw this one here last week. So wait for a similar opportunity. There's one here that's already playing out. So likely that this is going to continue to the downside as well. Right, so US dollar ZAR pushing higher and higher. Let's go to the higher structure, bigger structure here on the daily. What do we expect on US dollar ZAR? US dollar is still pushing up higher and higher. This is still a three-way move until it's invalidated. This is still a WXY move. Will it go higher than this? That's what we're looking at. If it continues to push to the upside, if it gives an opportunity like this, it's going to change our view, because we wanted to see reversal here. We've been trading this one to the upside, expecting it to end up around this area, but it looks like the US dollar is still strong. So let's see how that's going to play out. For now, we stay away from US dollar ZAR. US dollar yen, you've already seen this one during the recap, but I wanted you to see where these setups come from. I want you to see this one here. Sorry guys, for the loss of sound there, so let's continue. So I wanted you to see this move here on US dollar yen, as is the theme this week: long-term views in order to benefit on the short-term trade setups. Let's have a look here. US dollar yen, I want you to see what we forecasted a couple of months ago. So this is the weekly chart on US dollar yen. Look at that. This was July. We updated our weekly chart. Simply what we are looking for is this structure here. We're looking for this. So from July, the 687 pips that you saw us trading was based off on this piece. This is a weekly chart, so this looks like a small move on the weekly, but this is quite significant. This is what we've been trading on US dollar yen. So July, we already saw that 700 pips that you saw in the lower degree in the trade recap. So this is where we are. We're still anticipating that US dollar yen is going to continue to the upside, as we are seeing that the DXY is still showing strength. We're currently around this level. We're expecting that this will go even as high as 152 or higher. So we keep watching that. We look for signs for reversal if there are any, but we're not worried about the reversal for now. We're just looking for that to continue pushing to the upside. Right now, this is pound yen. We've been looking for pound yen to change direction, to push to the downside, but it keeps giving opportunities for trading to the upside. Now, if you look at this one here, we've got the classic example of this corrective structure here. Look at that one here. Looking for this one here. It has played out accordingly. So we'll be looking for one more up here on pound yen. So we're still going to see pound push to the upside. In fact, all the pound pairs are pushing higher. As you've seen 2 weeks ago, we focused that the pound pairs have changed direction. Now start buying the pound pairs. Besides just pound yen, start buying the pound pairs. All right, so this is pound yen, euro yen. Okay, so euro yen similarly. Next week I might show you so that we have also forecasted this from the long term. Now, I did not show you the weekly chart on US dollar yen. I want you to see the weekly chart, guys. If you visit our website, go and check out our weekly chart. You may get a few pips for trading in the weeks. Now, let's just have a look. If you go to resources, you obviously need to sign up. You don't have to pay anything here. The chart of the week is free for everyone. If you visit the website, just subscribe there. Check out our chart of the week. We will be updating one today. So if you look at that, this is US dollar yen. We forecasted this chart 2nd of October. It has been in place since. And if you look at where we are, 144 to where we are right now, it's already a 400 pip move. How this played out here, it went like that, made a three-way pullback, but then it went and hit the target there at 148. Okay, just should have shown you this one here. So I show you this in hindsight. It's not necessarily just in hindsight, it's because we have forecasted this, and as you've seen here, that chart has been on our website since the 2nd of October. Let's just have a look here. So you see there. So I'll show you from where. From 144. This is where we were here. So we forecasted it here, expecting it to continue to the push to the upside, makes a three-way pullback and continues pushing to the upside. Easy 400 pips. Easy 400 pips. Even if you didn't buy it here, you could have just bought it here. That was a textbook trading opportunity on US dollar yen. Chief yen, I'm not going to waste any more time on the yen pairs. We're expecting continuation to the upside. This is 1, 2, 3. Looks like we're going to see this one push to around this level. 150 should be possible on chief yen. Keep an eye on it. Does not look very clean for now. I will just be watching that one. New Zealand yen is going to give us a move to the downside as it's showing us 1, 2, 3. Can we get this one coming to around this level before another move to the upside? Let's keep an eye on that one. Aussie yen has also made what looks like a 3-wave move here. That's a 3-wave move. Is it going to give us one more down here in the reversal? Not clean trades, not really clean trade setups there for Audi and New Zealand. We'll keep an eye on them. Let's watch CAD yen as well, because it looks like it has also made a 3-wave move where it can come up to around 108 level, coming down here and continuation to the upside. So it would have made an ABC corrective structure. So for now, not clear structures. If I am buying this, I'll be buying it from around this level. We may even have a blue box set up around those levels. Gold, no questions about this one, continues to the upside. You may see a bit of a pullback. Text this area here, pulls back. If it pulls back, this will be another opportunity to sell gold, because from there we should see continuation to the downside. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's see how that plays out. Silver, also bearish, already playing out that zigzag correction there, 1, 2, 3. Let's see how this is going to play out. Should give us a bit of a pullback before continuation to the downside on silver. We'll keep an eye and wait for signs of trading opportunities. Platinum, pretty much obvious. It's showing us a pullback here. We've got this as a 1, 2, 3 there. Looks like we're going to have this one being a little bit more complex. We could have something like that there. We could have this one making a move right there, move down, and then we got this. So as you can see, this is still in the making, so we're not too worried about this for now. We wait for it to build the structure, and when the structure is complete, then we start looking for setups. Brent crude oil pulls back, continues to the downside. So Brent crude oil still showing weakness. Obviously, the US dollar is strong, so you'll expect that we've got the US dollar. You expect this to continue to the downside. We should see continuation to the downside going into the new week as well. So we've got this pullback. We can have this one making a 3-way move here. Won't be surprising to see this, but if we do see that pullback, will just be giving us an opportunity to sell it some more to the downside. Okay, pound pairs. I've mentioned the pound pairs 2 weeks ago. When they made these moves, these were quite significant moves. So every time you get an opportunity with the pound pair, start buying the pound pairs. Start buying the pound pairs. Indicator has shown that the trends have reversed. So any pullback on a pound pair that gives you a proper trading opportunity, look to trade it. So we'll be looking to benefit on the pound pairs in the next couple of sessions. As you can see, there's no new trading opportunities. We looked at this 2 weeks ago when they made these reversals. I said, look for buying setups, but for now you don't really have a new one. Do not have FOMO. You don't have to miss out anything. Remember, you don't chase the market. The opportunities will come. Even if you see that this is running away, you leave it until it gives you an opportunity. Do not rush it. Pound chief, all of them. I'm not even going to the details of the structure. I'm just showing you that the reversals have happened, and look for opportunities to trade it to the upside when they happen. That is pound chief as well. So that is the theme with all the pound pairs. New Zealand, no different. Look for these ones to give you an opportunity. They're all making 5 waves to the upside. This is a 5-wave move to the upside. We'll be looking for this one to give us all of them, all the pound pairs. If you've missed the bus, do not worry. You will get an opportunity. If you don't, then so be it. There are many other trading opportunities that you can look at. The euros are going up slowly as well, but we've seen it with euro US dollar that it has been weak against the US dollar. So there's not much momentum on this one. Even if we do see this one continue to the upside, we should actually see it pull back for a move to the upside. But this one you don't really want to trade for now. Audi US dollar is more decisive. If I go to the daily, you'll see that it is making what looks like a 3-wave structure, but it has invalidated. It may invalidate this. If you see a trading opportunity here, we'll be confirming that this move is not a 3-wave structure, but then it would have reversed here. We'll start looking for pullbacks to the upside. Let me just look at the bigger view here on this one. So Audi US dollar, let's go to the weekly so you can see where this is coming from. So the weekly chart on this one here, we may get as high as around this level. So there's still quite a big move to the upside, about 1,000 pips. We can still go up on Euro Audi. So watch out for that move here to around that level. So that's where we are with Euro Audi. Similarly, Euro Chief, although not so decisive, let's start looking for upside here, because the structure here in the bigger degree on the weekly may be that we've got a 3 up, we've got a 3 down, and we're looking for this one to come back to this level. You can imagine if you're going to get this move. This is quite a significant move, almost a 2,300 pip move, but this needs to be confirmed here. So do not rush this. There's no confirmation on this one as yet. We take it one move at a time. In the lower degrees, if we get opportunities, we're going to do it accordingly. So for now, the reversal is not yet confirmed. The indicator has not yet confirmed reversals. With the pound pairs having confirmed their upside moves, no surprises that this is the euro, or rather euro pound is going to give us a continuation to the downside. You can get a pullback here, but otherwise on euro pound, look for opportunities to the downside. Euro New Zealand has already made a reversal, so any opportunities to trade this to the upside, look to do that. It gave you one here on the 4 hour. Looks like we're getting one here on the 4 hour again. So a break above this, we're going to see this one push to the upside. That may be your chart of the week. We'll keep an eye on that one. We'll see which one to post for the week. Out in New Zealand, you've already seen this one during trade recap. I'm not looking at this one for this week. You see this one, you saw this one during trade recap. Still bearish into the new week as well. Audi Chief, you've seen this one during trade recap, also just still bearish, not new trading opportunities. So I'm not going to go through these ones. I'm just going to go straight to Cat Chief. If you look at Cat Chief, you may be getting this structure here. You may get one more move to around this level, a move up here, then continuation to the downside. Then you would have had this structure here on Cat Chief. But let's keep an eye, no new trade set up on that one. The indices looking interesting. I'm just going to go to the higher degree because they've made quite significant moves, so you can see what the structures that we're looking at here. So if you look at the indices, we're looking at this one to be making 1, 2, move to the downside here. So we should see S&P 500 go as low as 300 is possible in this scenario. We may get a bit of a pullback the same way we had here. If you look at this one here, let's use yellow in this case. 1, 2, 3 pullback here. This is 3 waves though. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. We don't have the 3 yet here. So we may get a pullback and still continue to the downside. Let's watch that one out. If that is the case, then we'll be building this WXY corrective structure in the bigger degrees. So let's keep an eye. But the theme is, whichever structure this is making, we are bearish. Okay? We're bearish. DAX, so DAX also has broken below this level here. We may see this one continue to the downside, making this 1, 2, 3 here. So this may be making an ending diagonal in this case here. We may be making an ending diagonal here. So 1, 2, rather this is 1A, this is B, and then we start making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not like that. So it should be 1, because that's 3 waves, 2, 3, 4, 5, then that will be your C. Okay, just keep an eye. That will make a 1, 2, 3 wave move. I hope that it's not confusing, but either way, this theme is that it's going to continue to the downside. Dow Jones is similar to the S&P 500, no difference. 1, 2, expect this to continue to the downside. All right, so that is the Dow Jones Industrial, and the Nasdaq is similar. It's just the Nasdaq is more impulsive than the others. This is a simple A, B, C structure. A, B, this is going to be an impulsive move to the downside on the Nasdaq. So that means any opportunity to the downside, you look to trade that. All right, now Nikkei, the structure that we've been looking at for a while is still intact. This one too. This one is still going to play. We can still look for it to play like that. So remember what we are looking at here. There is a structure here. This is W. This is X. This is Y. There's one here. There's this structure here. That is your B. Now we're expecting that this can give us another move here, making this purple degree a WXY structure. So let's keep an eye. Let's watch how this is going to play out. Nifty looks like we're going to play out this structure. It does not look like it has momentum to push to the upside. We've got W. We got this one, the regular flat as X. We can get this one coming down. Now, if you look at this one here, we have got this one here doing this. This is 1, this is 2, this is, no, that's not going to be like that. because we are looking at this one to have been a regular flat, easy structure. 1, 2, 3 down, W, 1, 2, 3 up, X, what do we expect? 1, 2, 3 down, Y. Similar on the Nifty. All right, so that's all I have for you for this week as far as the Forex, commodities, as well as the indices are concerned. Let's have a look at the cryptocurrencies. What is next for Bitcoin? What is next for Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies? Have we made reversals yet? We are currently building this structure here on Bitcoin. 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 down. Looks like we're going to take this. We're going to see Bitcoin push back to around 24, but after that, we should see that Bitcoin make another leg to the downside. So we may even see 12,000, 8,000 on Bitcoin based on this structure. So let's see here. If you see this bouncing to the upside, does not mean a reversal. We are still bearish on the crypto. Okay, so that is Bitcoin, and all the cryptocurrencies will be showing us those structures, just showing us continuation to the downside. Look at Ethereum. So Ethereum as well has made the pull back here. It's making 1, 2, 3 down. We can come around this level. We can even make this structure, but all of them are still showing us that they're making continuation patterns to the downside. That is Ethereum. Let's look at Litecoin. Litecoin, same thing here. Litecoin had a spike here in the week, but that just completes the structure. 1, 2, 3. Could this be the move here? Can we see Litecoin make one up and then continue to the downside? Because all the cryptos are correlated. We should see them do the same thing. Okay, now we've got here, we've got XRP 1, 2, 3. Has XRP completed their move here? Are we going to see this continue to the downside? Let's keep an eye on this one because it looks like it's got a bit of a momentum here to give us one more up before that drop. So we cannot decide on this one as yet. So we'll let it give us more data before we make our move there. Bitcoin, Cash. Okay, let's have a look here. Bitcoin Cash, similar to Bitcoin, same structure really. We could get this one coming down here, take the low, make a move, and continue to the downside. So bearish all the cryptocurrencies. Okay, ADA, we just look at ADA. Similarly, if we don't break below this level, there's a possibility for a bounce and then continue to the downside. This may just be a short squeeze here. This bounce can be a short squeeze, but essentially what we look for will just be this structure here. This structure here, let me just draw it clearly. As you can see here, the theme here is we may get a pullback, but that pullback will just be confirming that we're going to see further downside on the cryptocurrencies. All right, so that's all I had for you this week, guys. Trade responsibly, and if you like our content, give us a thumbs up, drop us a comment, and hit that bell notification button so that you get an alert the next time we upload a video. And don't forget our course in the first week of December, last one for the year. Have a great week, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.